Hello, everyone. Okay, so week number 4, 30-day collagen loading challenge. So this week it is all about the gut and the immune system, one of my favorite parts. I probably say that every week, right? All right, so week 4, collagen in your gut health, collagen in your immune system, and collagen and immune resilience. Once again, our little review, you should have this ingrained in your head. There's 20 different types of collagen. 90% of it is going to be type 1 that's in your body. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10. And as you can see, 1 and 3 are what we see a lot of. However, 2 is also important. So is 4, 5, and 10. Once again, this is another review. You're going to have this ingrained. By now, you should know why you need to be consuming collagen on a daily basis. And that's why the 30-day collagen loading, it was for that purpose, is to make sure that you have kind of like, I always say, all these years that you haven't been eating the skin or the joint or the little tendons from when you're eating chicken, or maybe you're not even drinking bone broth, you are loading up on all that right now because 75% of your skin is made of collagen. That's why looking younger is very dependent, not on what you're putting on the outside, but what you're putting on the inside, what you're consuming on the inside, because 75% of your skin is collagen. 30% of the collagen is in your bone, and 40% of collagen is blood vessels. And it's super important in joints, as we talked about the previous week. So let's take a look at your gut. A lot of people don't realize that, your gut is your second brain. That is where 80% of your immune system is. And as you can see, it is a very complex system. And your GI health actually starts with what you're putting in your mouth. First thing goes down the esophagus into the stomach. And as you can see, there's little sphincters here that open and close, and your food goes down and through here, small intestine, the large intestine, and along the way, your liver, pancreas, and gallbladder impact the digestion of the food as well. So that's a little something for you to take a look at your leisure. But we're not going to break that all down because this is all about collagen. It's not about all your, we're not talking about specifics of the GI tract. We can save that for another time. So let's talk about collagen in your gut, why it's so important. Well, one, it helps regulate the gastric juices for proper digestion. And you do need stomach acid for, to one, stimulate the pancreas, the liver, the gallbladder to do their job. And you also need it to neutralize and remove any bad bacteria that is in the stomach. So you definitely need that. But it also, collagen also helps prevents excess gastric juices, which can lead to heartburn, ulcers, and other digestive issues at times from overacidity. However, check this out. This is a stomach ulcer. Collagen will actually help with that. Most of the stomach ulcers, you know what the cause is? It's actually a bacterial infection. It's actually H. pylori. But the beauty of it is that just by taking collagen and even adding bone broth in there, it has glycine and proline, which actually help heal the lining of the stomach. So they will also prevent any type of stress-induced ulcers as well. And glycine is super effective at preventing stomach ulcers because of its ability to prevent the gastric secretions in the stomach lining in there. It also aids in digestion. As you can see, it's first chewing, and then you get the digestion in the stomach, and then in the small intestine, and then you got for the absorption, and you got excretion there. So collagen, the beauty of collagen, it's hydrophilic molecule. Basically, that means it's attracted to water and acidic molecules. So they aid in the digestive process. It surrounds itself with water and the stomach acid. As it moves down the GI tract, it will break down the proteins and the carbs. So collagen is holding on to water as it's moving through, as it's holding onto the water, and it helps move food through the GI tract. So you can see the importance of collagen even in digestion. It also helps it repair the intestinal and stomach lining. The collagen is important because, one, it is healing in the gut and repairing it. Because when there's damage to the intestinal lining, the new smooth muscles have to be made to heal the gut lining and intestinal wall, and you need collagen for that. The collagen production in the intestine is the greatest when the smooth muscles are being generated during healing. So it's huge, huge, huge with people that have digestive issues. Collagen is instrumental. I've used it for years, and especially with leaky gut in IBS. And if you take a look at leaky gut here, this is basically called intestinal permeability, where you see here, it's made its way through here. It's been permeable. It's permeable through here. And it's also can actually, there's different types of permeability, translocation permeability. There's different types, but you can see with leaky gut, that can be a very big issue. So glutamine is a huge, huge player in this. And it's an amino acid that's in collagen. It prevents the inflammation of the gut wall and healing leaky gut. Works phenomenal. At times, I will give patients extra dosage of glutamine, and it's part of one of the protocols that we use for intestinal permeability. It also inhibits inflammation and oxidative stress, which will help open up the tight junctions in the connective tissue of this gut lining right here. You see how it's opening up these tight junctions? Well, glutamine inhibits that. It prevents that from happening and prevents that oxidative stress. Remember, oxidative stress is like what? It's like rusting. So studies also show that when there's a decrease in collagen levels, and people with a lot of digestive imbalances. So if you have bloating, if you have gas, if you have constipation, there's a good sign that you probably are not consuming enough collagen as well. So aren't you glad that you're doing this 30-day collagen challenge, so that now you're seeing all the other benefits, just not for your skin, your hair, your nails, and for your joints and for your bones, weight loss, but also for your gut, which is where 60 to 80% of your immune system is. There's also been a link between IBD, irritable bowel disease, and lowered serum collagen levels. So supplementing with it is really key to providing relief. We've covered this. We're 90% of the collagen, 90% is type 1 in the bones, tendons, and ligaments. Let's talk about bone broth, another one of my favorite. If you combine collagen powder and bone broth for gut health, in a month, you will see amazing results. See, bone broth can be beneficial as an overall tonic, especially really helpful with people with digestive problems, especially leaky gut and IBS. Digestive health is connected to your overall health of the body, because approximately 80% of your immune system is in your gut. We also saw in 2017 that Virginia Tech had a study that made the connection between autoimmune conditions and leaky gut. But this is something that's been going on for years, and we're seeing more data even now in the 20, from 2015 on. So because your digestive health is connected to your overall health, this is one of the reasons that, bone broth is important for gut health, is because of, one of the recent studies that we saw, but many other studies. So when consuming bone broth, it has anti-inflammatory effects. And the reason being is because of the chondroitin sulfate, which also has immune regulatory effects. You've seen the slide here, why inflammation destroys the body and how inflammation leads to so many problems. I even call it inflammaging, because it's associated with aging, and also it impacts your bones, your skin, your memory, And we covered that the previous week, so I'm not going to get too much into detail. These are kind of just all review. So what about collagen and heart health? Isn't this interesting? 30% of the deaths globally are related to cardiovascular diseases. And because these cardiovascular diseases are inflammatory diseases. So collagen helps with the inflammation. The blood vessel layers are made of elastis, and collagen fibers that provide the structural support. So once again, not just for your skin, not just collagen for skin, hair, and joints, but also for your gut and your heart. Another thing I thought I wanted to share with you is, because we were talking about gut health, that your intestinal flora, your gut health impacts your overall health, from obesity, inflammation, autism, your quality of life. If there's increased inflammation, bad gut microbes, and metabolism, vitamins, immunity. This is a huge one that most people don't know, that your gut flora, it's all the little microbes that live inside of your intestines. They impact your overall health in many ways, but the bacteria plays an important role in the production of vitamins B and K. And of course, B is super important for what? Energy. K is important for what? For the absorption of calcium and iron. And just kind of a side note, and that's why I'm not a big proponent. I know a lot of people like to go get B vitamin shots, and they're like, oh, should I go get a B vitamin shot? So I'm like, well, why do you need it? If you're going through B vitamin like crazy, I mean, you shouldn't, unless you have a lot of stress, or once again, what? If you've got like leaky gut, if you got gut issues, that's why I push so much to get your gut tested, because if you fix your gut, your immunity improves, your metabolism improves. Obesity, people that have had trouble losing weight, they start to release the weight. Your inflammatory process improves. So if you have less inflammation, guess what happens? It's just, especially in the gut, because we have so many people with GI issues. And it also impacts your brain health, and even little kids that have trouble learning. A lot is it also has with gut health. So even, you can even add collagen in these little kids' protein shakes. I do it for my kids, throw it into pancakes and other foods, and they won't even realize it because you can't taste it. So let's talk about a few ways that we can build your immune resilience. One, dietary changes. You got to get rid of the crap in the diet, which we're going to review, which you should know by now, because I've been pounding this in you the last 3 weeks. Sleep, making you're getting at least 7 to 8 hours of quality, uninterrupted sleep, getting to bed by 10 o'clock. Movement, making sure that you're getting up, moving every hour. Eat, go for a 10, 15 minute, 20-minute walk after breakfast, lunch, and dinner, first thing in the morning. Stress management, and of course, personal hygiene as well. You should know this by now, that some of the foods that cause inflammation also cause inflammaging, because it's an oxidative stress. Sugar, conventional red meats, dairy, gluten, wheat, oats, rye, and barley, too much coffee, alcohol, and hydrogenated oils. So turmeric, ginger, hops, rosemary, awesome for anti-inflammatory. And remember, anti-inflammatory. Inflammation calls inflammaging. So these can also be considered beauty herbs and anti-aging herbs. And your anti-inflammatory foods would be like your omega-3s, fatty acids found in like your wild salmon. You don't want farm raised. Cold water fish, your ground flax seeds, walnuts, cruciferous vegetables. So what do you want to do? Stimulate more collagen, because more collagen, less aging, less pain, and inflammation. So your diet, remove the sugar, the gluten, collagen peptides. That's why I like the multi-collagen. Improve your gut function. I like to add digestive enzymes and hydrochloric acid. And there's a link on my website for a good quality of what I like to recommend for our patients. Staying hydrated, vitamin C, anywhere from 1 to 3 grams. Stress management, biotin, BioSil, which I've talked about these already before. So remember, beauty and health starts from the inside out, not from the outside in. So I hope that you have that ingrained in your head by now.